KRF TV is proudly brought to you by the following sponsors: KRF Motorsports, Kimmy's Rural Fencing, Computer Shop, Aloha Gardens, MP Custom Design and Fabrication, BAM Motorsports, Upix Racing, and Adelaide Tarp Specialists.
Welcome to KRF TV. I'm your host Brad Matheson, and beside me in the commentary box is Lance Hawks. How are you, Lance?
I'm not too bad. Hello, Brad. Hello, everybody. Hope you're all well tonight.
We've got 3 minutes left of qualifying, and we'll just have a quick look at the grid as it stands at this point. We have a newcomer to the series, Kane, and I'll let you have a crack at his last name, Lance.
Kojimiya. Hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully. And we've got Jay. Now, that's an interesting last name too.
He put it in the forums during the week. It's Boving, not Boving.
Boving, right. I'll have to remember that.
Sorry.
We've got Warwick Brown in third, Jacob Brown in fourth, and that's a father and son duo there in the second row. Paul Gorell in fifth, and Aaron Farmer in sixth. Jeffrey Price in seventh, and Mark. You're a lot better pronouncing than me, Lance.
Hey, Carrots. I hope I'm getting all these names right.
Yeah. In eighth. James Bell in ninth, and Jonathan Beth in 10th. TJ Brown in 11th, Tyson Wilson in 12th, Mitchell Hammond in 13th, which I believe his car was damaged in practice, which is out for the weekend, I believe. Myself in 14th, which is my car's behind the wall. Keith Leginger, his car's behind the wall after heavy damage in practice. And Aaron Stokes' car's behind the wall after heavy damage and out for the weekend. And Lance Hawks, you're in 17th, mate, and your car's parked beside mine out the back wall.
Yeah, I'm in lucky last. I did a few backflips, so I think I'm out for the weekend. Good to see that we have a few more people than last week. We have a lot more to talk about.
Yeah, it is good. It's good to see new entries come in. Also, heard rumour the officials have slimmed down how much fuel they got after last round.
Yeah, at the end of the race, it seemed like that all the cars were able to just make it home flat out, which we thought they would have had to save fuel or have a stop, but apparently the car saved a lot more fuel than what we thought.
Yeah, so we'll find out which teams are on the ball tonight. A couple of newcomers might be a little bit disadvantaged come race 3, but we'll see how it all pans out.
We have a few of them join late, but they might be able to figure out on the grid of race 3. Be a bit of a shock to them, but we'll see how they handle it.
Yeah, it will be interesting. Anyway, looks like the cars are going to start gridding up soon. And the track conditions aren't real favourable early this morning, are they?
No, it's a bit cold. These cars really don't like the cold weather. It gets very icy. Takes about 3-4 laps for everything to get up to temperature. In practice, when I had a few laps in practice, and it was very, very icy.
Yeah, it was a little bit cool. We'll have a look at the weather at the moment. Air temperature's 18 degrees. The track temperature is up to 21. It's quite overcast and about 97% humidity, so she's borderlining on being nice and foggy this morning.
Yeah, nice that, mate.
And we're also at the famous Yokohama circuit in Japan.
Yeah, it's a tight little track, very technical. So if you run ride, then you'll be way out in the kid litter. Once you get out there, it's hard to get back on.
Now we're about 5 seconds from the start of the race. And turn one's going to be an interesting start.
Green, green, green.
Is that Kane got a good jump? Oh, got a little bit sideways. Everything seems to be all clean. Looks like we've got Jacob Brown running way out wide. And we've got Aaron Farmer making a move.
Yeah, it's going to be a battle of who can make what moves with the current conditions until the tyres come up to temperature.
It's a bit like driving in the rain at the moment, so if you're a good wet weather driver, can handle the car sliding everywhere, then you'll be loving these first few laps.
It looks like Jay Boving has been able to go straight to the front of the race and took a 1 second lead over Kane.
Someone who's got right back is Jacob Brown. I think he was having a few issues with the car signing around. I saw him off the last turn.
Looks like Tyson Williamson's having a few connection issues as well at the moment.
Yeah, he's jumping everywhere. Everyone needs to be mindful because they can't really see where he is. And his car will be a lot wider as well.
And the losers out of the first couple of laps has been Paul Gorell. He's dropped away off the back of the pack.
I'm not too sure what happened to him. Maybe he got pushed out wide or he had a spin.
Kane into the pits. So maybe he's hit something or bent something on his car.
I'm looking now, his car doesn't seem to have any... Actually, yeah, it has a lot of front end damage.
So they'll drop him right back to the rear of the field and effectively race done. I know he's taken the reset and he's going to come straight back out. He's now 23 seconds off the lead of the race, 10 seconds behind Paul Gorell.
I wouldn't count him out just yet. He is a very, very quick driver. With all the issues that everyone else is having at the moment, it won't take him long to catch back up.
No. Just watching Jacob Brown at the moment, harassing TJ Brown, and about to make a move coming up to the first corner. After his devastating start, he's starting to peg him back and start pushing back towards the front.
Got Tarston Williams making his way up as well. He's sitting behind TJ at the moment.
It looks like Jonathan and Paul are about to start duking it out, both in the KRF teams, and we've just had James Bell spin it.
It looks like he just dropped the wheels into the dirt. Very easy to do in this car. Once that happens, you just go around.
Just having a look at it now, mate, on replay. He looks like he just got wide in the kitty litter and looped it around. Looks like he's fallen into the clutches of Kane.
The driver's just stuck up through the field is Jeffrey Price. He's his first time in the series, first race, and he's doing quite well actually.
Sorry to butt in, Lance. Looks like TJ Brown's just spun as well, mate. We'll go back and have a quick look at it.
He's got a bit of damage in the rear, so what will not happen.
Looks like he got a tap from one of the Simworks cars.
Yeah, that's what I thought initially. I didn't want to say anything about it in case I was wrong.
And this is all working for Kane. It's had that pit stop for repairs. In the meantime, Aaron Farmer's worked his way up to third place. And he's starting to hunt down Warwick Brown.
You got Kane at the moment hassling TJ.
Looks like the field's sort of nicely spread out at the moment, and they're just circulating, just wearing the clock down.
And the closest battle we've got at the moment is between Jeffrey and Jacob.
And I'd say Jacob's starting to put the screws in on him after his poor start at the start of the race. Jacob's making the move. And Jeffrey Price, a newcomer to the series, doing a pretty good job for his first time out in these cars.
Yeah, I noticed that early in the race he's been doing really well late this race. We just had Tyson drop a wheel, nearly went around the last corner.
Just going to jump on board with Jeffrey Price and see how he's actually going in here. Trying to hunt down Jacob Brown after being passed by him. Looks like Warwick Brown's pegged back Jay Bobbing down to only a 1 second gap and closing.
And not too far behind them is Aaron. Jay just made a little mistake.
Yeah, Aaron's after he starts sort of been doing quite well, been pushing up, starting to peg back those race leaders.
Looks like Tyson Williams and Paul Gorella going at it at the moment.
Yeah, following the battle now, mate. Looks like Paul's been able to dig in, peg him back. Paul's really starting to put the pressure on him now with only 1:40 to go, and they'll probably do 2, maybe 3 laps. And this is where the business end starts to come in.
Yeah, there's seems to be a little bit of damage on the front of Tyson's car, so it might be affecting his steering at the moment.
Quite a good little battle for 6th place though. And Tyson's just made a huge mistake coming out of the last corner.
And it seems to just understeer, and it gets very slippery when you hit that ripple strip. I'm gonna be surprised if he...
Paul's just lost it too. Sorry, Lance. Paul Grell's just looped it around as well.
So the battle's back on between these two, but I wouldn't be surprised if Tyson has to come in for the pits or repairs.
Well, they've got 1 lap to go, and he's gone past pit lane entry, so he's going to try and hang on to it.
You got Kane's in there in the background as well, but he might be too far away.
Just gone back up to our race leader, who's coming out of the last corner at the moment, as we speak. Well, sorry, second last corner into the last corner. And it looks like Kane might have pipped Paul for 7th spot. We'll have a look at the results. We've got Jay Boving in first, Warwick Brown in second, Aaron Farmer in third, Jacob Brown in fourth, Jeffrey Price in fifth, Tyson Williams in sixth, Kane in seventh, Paul Gorilla in eighth, James Bell in ninth, Jonathan Beth in 10th, TJ Brown in 11th, and the rest of the cars are DNS. We'll be back shortly.